History happens here. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Get your game day tickets now with ticket packages starting at just $20. Get the ultimate tailgate experience, then enjoy the luxury of a Guardian ESPN zone. Or see the game unfold from the sidelines at the Wind Creek Hospitality Field Suite. Get your tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. December 15th at Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. History happens here.
Forevermark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we support our military. That's right, not a $1,000 sign-on bonus, but $1,200 sign-on bonus at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Thanks for your service. Thanks for your service. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we support our military.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Rain coming on, I think maybe that weekend. Looks like it's going to be raining around us. Anybody tailgating outside the stadium?
Well, that's not a good thing, is it?
Yes.
Well, what are your plans? Are you going to go over and tailgate, or what are you going to do?
No, I think I'm just driving over for the game.
Turning
around and coming home.
It doesn't hurt that one of the coaches uses one of your cars. Is that right?
Yeah, it makes it a little easier. If I need some
Are they
help
real
with
conscious
anything.
of being nice to you and everything?
He is. He's helped me out several times.
I tell you what, with Kirby Smart being at Georgia and turning this program around, it's a huge advantage for them playing in Atlanta. I would imagine they'll probably be split right down the middle, but I imagine there'll be a lot of Georgia fans and Alabama fans fighting for some tickets.
Yeah, this is a game where each school only gets 12 or 15,000, and the rest of them are corporate tickets. So you know where most of those corporate tickets that are probably sold out of Atlanta are going to wind up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. I'm eager to see how that first half goes. Alabama struggled the last couple of weeks in the first half, but of course has finished strong. I don't think you're going to want to do that against Georgia.
Probably not.
Mike, of course, this game means everything to Georgia. Think about it. The chance to play for a national championship.
Yeah, this is their got to get it done game.
If they
win, they're in. Alabama, not so much. I think everybody's saying they're in regardless because of the schedule and how well they played. I don't know if I agree with that completely, but there's a good chance. It's hard to convince somebody that they're not one of the 4 best in the country.
But and still, I look at and people have said, man, how could you say what you said yesterday? Well, I said if Georgia did beat Alabama, would Alabama still make it in the Final Four? And most everybody says, oh yeah. But there's a lot of jealous folks out there that not wanting to see Alabama do so well.
No doubt.
Man, if you're an Alabama fan, you want to be pulling hard for Texas this weekend.
In fact, the NCAA.
There's no way Northwestern's going to beat Ohio
State. Yeah, you're right. But Maryland almost did it. Isn't that right? Did Maryland go for 2?
Yeah, they went for 2. I tell you, Ohio State though is playing on a different level since then.
Well, of course, they're good. No question.
They are, and
about
they
it.
got talent, but they still got that nasty loss to unranked Purdue.
All right.
Yeah, 29-point loss to Purdue.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Well, Jim, let me find out what kind of ball fan. Let me find out what kind of ball fan you are. Did you see the LSU Texas A&M game?
I did not.
If you would have gone in and sat down in the stadium, 5 hours and 32 minutes later, that ball game would have been over.
That's a long football
5 hours and 32 minutes, 7 overtimes, and it was a crazy, crazy ball game. I couldn't help but root for LSU. I don't know why. Maybe I felt sorry for Orgeron.
But everything I've said, or everything I've seen, has said that LSU kind of got it taken from them.
I think they did
at the end of regulation, and maybe in the first overtime or something.
What's your feeling about that, Mike?
Well, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, there was a questionable spot before on a first down. They gave them on that last drive, and then they put another second back on the clock, which I think was the right decision there. But in overtime, around the second overtime, the tight end Sternberger, the great tight end for A&M, caught a pass around the 5-yard line and took 2 steps, maybe 3 steps, and got tackled and fumbled, and LSU recovered. That should have been the ball game.
I felt like he had tucked it and
That's
turned
the one
toward the end zone.
That's the one everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most obvious one of them all to me. I mean, who knew that Joe Burrow, the LSU quarterback, was going to run the ball 30 times in that game,
and
too?
be the star of the game for LSU. Can you believe that? I was saying, you mean this guy's going to run it again? They're going to depend on this guy to win the ball game? And doggone.
Yeah, but they went away from their running backs. They got pretty good running backs.
Yeah. Well, he did a good job, no question. And for some reason, A&M never really respected him because every time he ran it, nobody was there.
Yeah. Again, I didn't get to see it. I assume probably 8 or 10 of those carries were in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, I need
Alabama, though, now you got Missouri that's end up 8-4. They're in the top 24 now. I think 8 teams overall are in the top 24. I mean, top 25 as far as the playoff rankings. So Alabama's overall record's looking a lot better now.
Yeah.
I read an article on that yesterday. That early in the year, they don't play anybody. What are they doing? Well, lo and behold, the season's over now, and there's only one team up there that's beat 4 teams in the top 25, and guess who that is? Alabama. They're the only team out there that's beat 4 teams ranked in the top 25 right now.
In a few minutes, I was going to want to go over, say, the top 15 teams, and which team would you not want to play? One of the teams that comes of course, Alabama beat them, but Mississippi State, I would think it's a top 10 team right now. Wouldn't you think?
When Fitzgerald has a good game, they're a different team and on a different level. I think they've kind of improved
Mississippi
through the
State got
years.
beat by Kentucky, got beat by Florida, and then they got beat by Alabama, and they had one other loss. I'm trying to think.
But
LSU.
Yeah, that's right. And I tell you what, it was a heck of a week, and I know a lot of the teams that are trying to jockey for spots is going to be left up to the voters.
Are you going to go see your hometown team play in the playoffs, the 4th round?
Central of Clay?
Central of Clay.
Where do they play?
I'm not sure where they're playing.
I've got it here.
That game's going to be played. I know they're in the 4th round of the playoffs.
Actually, they were talking about that. No, maybe it was last Friday night that they played Etowah.
Yeah, they beat Etowah. Did you know that?
I did not.
Beat Etowah. And
I know my nephew got beat in the 2nd round or 3rd round. I think the 2nd round. He wound up 11-1.
All right, now where does he coach?
Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, yeah, he did well. Is that your nephew, the head coach there?
Yeah, he's this is his 3rd program, and he's turned every one of them around.
Yeah, he really has, and I've got all that information because I was looking at it yesterday. But it's going to all boil down to Oklahoma and Ohio State. Which one of those teams going to get in?
I just got to think if they both win, I got to think it's Oklahoma.
And
I think Ohio State's probably the better team. You said they play a little better defense.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
right.
they do.
Well, how does this work? Western Kentucky hires Helton as as football coach? What's his name?
Tyson Helton, that was at Tennessee's offensive coordinator.
Is he one of the? Is he one of those?
So Kim Helton's got two sons that are head coaches now. Tyson Helton's at West Kentucky, and for some reason, Helton, his brother, kept his job at USC, even though they were 5-7.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have no idea why he's still working.
Is he going to keep his
job? What is USC thinking? I mean, they want to keep him, and 5-7, and the way they lost games this year. I mean, I know they played Notre Dame tough, but that makes everybody realize how bad Notre Dame really is.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame will get walloped in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't look for them going anywhere either. And ladies and gentlemen, we're moving around here this morning trying to find the results of the.
I tell you what. Well, I mean, these mystery results. I think you might need to start taking them, Jim.
Yeah, he's got his sheets here, and I saw him making a bunch of check marks. But now I look down, but it wasn't his sheet.
Yeah.
Let me see who we got left.
All right, here we go. This is what I
wanted.
wanted.
News for Troy fans yesterday. Jeff Brom interviewed with Louisville, and hopefully he will take that job because Neil Brown's the second candidate for that job. He was the second candidate for the North Carolina job, and they hired Mac Brown.
Yeah.
He's also a candidate for the Texas Tech job, where Cliff Kingsbury is lost his job. So let's say that job's coming down to Neil Brown or Seth Cottrell. So I guess Troy fans are just going to have to wait and see if we're going to have Neil Brown.
I saw yesterday where Brom had turned down Louisville and was staying at Purdue.
And that's the case.
I read that he still hadn't made up his mind when I was reading the article that he had interviewed and still hadn't made up his mind if he was staying or not. But that's the case.
This is what the USA Today says about it. Neil Brown is by far the easiest buyout. His buyout at Troy is $300,000, with a little stipulation that if the team that gets him has to give Troy a home place on their schedule in the future. Can you believe that?
That's
not
pretty
a bad
neat
idea.
To put that in there.
Says Brown guided the Trojans to double-digit wins each of the past two seasons, and they finished 9-3 this season with a win over Power 5 opponent Nebraska to boot. It's unclear whether Brown will be approached with other opportunities, but any school looking to hire him certainly won't have to worry about the cost, which, according to terms of his contract, could even be cut in half if Brown's next employer agrees to future home series with Troy, as long as that next employer is a school in the Power 5 American Athletic
Conference. $300,000 buyout is a joke.
Or the American Athletic Conference.
Not at least make it money. You can make it whatever you want to make.
Babers at Syracuse, his buyout is unknown. Brom's buyout at Purdue is $5 million.
Wow.
Gosh. All right, and then
there's paid Petrino $14 million in a buyout.
Matt Campbell, the young coach at Iowa State, his buyout is $7 million. Can you believe that? Dave Doran at North Carolina State's buyout is 7.1. Seth Luttrell, that's the guy at North Texas, his buyout is 1.75. Lou Fickle, and boy, what a great job he did at Cincinnati. His buyout is $3 million. And Mike Norville, the guy that a lot of people talk about now, hey, look at here now, his buyout's only $500,000. And then Matt Wells, the coach at
$300,000, $500,000, you can make a buyout whatever you want to make.
Yeah, Matt Wells, Utah State's buyout is $800,000. So that'll give you an idea of what nationally the USA Today and other people looking at some of the prospective coaches making a change. And so I thought that would interest you a little bit today.
Oh, yeah. And I'm still not convinced.
That makes no sense that why Troy would be so low.
I'm still not convinced the stuff at Auburn's over.
Clay, Central of Clay, 10-3 at Mortimer, Jordan. You better
Mortimer, Jordan.
Mortimer, Jordan. Do you know where that is, Mike?
Yeah, I've been there several times.
And where is that in Jefferson County?
You go through a neighborhood out in the middle of nowhere, out in the country, and literally you go to the school that looks like it's almost like a little college. It's unbelievable. Everything's
really nice.
They can do. Beautiful place.
Yeah. Of course.
They had to move one of their games earlier this year due to flooding at the stadium. They ended up having to go play at Clay Chalkville instead.
Clay
back in order or not.
Clay Chalkville, ladies and gentlemen, 12-1 at Pinson Valley, is coached by a young man very well known in our circles, Mike.
Yeah, Adam Helms.
Adam Helms is the defensive coordinator at Clay Chalkville. He left Andalusia.
That's right. I knew that.
Left Andalusia and went to Clay Chalkville. They're 12-1 against Pinson Valley, who is quarterbacked by who, Mike?
Bo Nix. So he'll have to have a really good defensive play calling game to slow him down.
Yeah.
Here's an article I was talking about, Michael, on ESPN this morning, 6:48 a.m. Central Time. Trinity High School in Louisville, Kentucky canceled Thursday classes after an alleged threat was made against the school on Twitter due to football coach Jeff Brom's decision to turn down the University of Louisville job and instead remain at Purdue.
Boy, oh boy.
That's not good news for Troy.
Not good news for
There was a threat made at a high school?
Evidently. Brom attended Trinity, as did his brothers, Greg and Brian. Their father, Oscar, is an assistant coach with the football team.
And this is the high school team or the or Purdue?
This is high school. Brom's decision to stay at Purdue, spurning his alma mater of Louisville, was announced Wednesday after he had met with Cardinals athletic director Vince Tyra a day earlier.
Boy, oh boy.
So can we get anybody out of the Troy airport to report if they're
Yeah. Of course, you would think Purdue would have a lot of very wealthy alumnus,
Well, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Louisville made the move to fire Petrino, and we talked about how the people in Troy better hope that Brom takes the job, because you knew that's who they go after. But you also knew who was number 2 on their list. And
no question about it.
Neil Brown's from Danville, Kentucky.
Yep.
Which is not far, probably less than 100 miles from East Lafayette, or West Lafayette. Is it West Lafayette or East West Lafayette, Mike?
It's West Lafayette.
West Lafayette, Indiana. Mike, it was a couple of scores, Arizona and Arizona State. Who won that game?
Arizona State won by 1. I looked it up.
Yeah, Arizona State came back. Arizona was up big.
And TCU won.
All right. Jim, so you had Arizona State.
You got another one?
TCU did beat Oklahoma State. Is that right?
They did.
Yeah, and they're bowl eligible now.
Michael went 17-7. His misses were, of course, Pike County, I guess, lost.
Yeah.
Gordo lost.
Gordo, they lost to
Okay.
Providence. Yeah.
West Virginia lost to Oklahoma. He had West Virginia. Washington State lost to Washington. Boston College lost to Syracuse. He had Arizona, who lost to Arizona State. And he had Troy.
Okay.
He lost to App State.
Now,
I didn't want to pick Troy.
I didn't take the politically correct road there. I went the other way.
I know it. You're right.
State will win that game, but I had to pick Troy.
Did Iowa State lose to Kansas State or did Kansas State?
Iowa State won.
Okay, you were right there too. So
you got to think Kansas State, Snyder. That has to be his last year, I would think.
yeah, they're serious at all about what they're trying to do there. No question about it. Of course, he's been a great.
79 years old. He's had health issues. I think you're going to see.
Wait a minute. Did Greenville beat Ramsey?
Yeah, Greenville beat
Okay,
Ramsey.
so I didn't mark that one here. Laverne and Highland Home both won, right?
Yeah, that's right. That game's coming up this
They
week
play this week again.
at Highland Home. It should be a great game, no question about it.
Sorry, Michael, it went to 16 and
This
8.
is the biggest year ever for Highland Home football, no question. And of course, right now they lost 7. You lost 7 out of 24. Is that right?
I did.
So
I don't know. You got my sheet.
That's right.
Not minor, but Ramsey really
17 and
was
7.
disappointing. A lot of people thought they'd win the state championship, but Greenville's got a great team.
They really do.
McClendon's done a great job down there.
McClendon never played high school football. He played golf at Troy. And
No, that's still not right because I lost Gordo too.
okay. Oh, I missed Gordo. So
Yep.
you missed 8.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I was.
Yep, 8. So I'm 18 and 8 also.
Let's see here. Wait a minute. Let's see here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mr.
6,
Upset, mine won.
7, 8, 9.
Nope, he didn't. We gave him a chance, and he still.
So, hey, how do you like your
What did it
state?
come down to? What was the tiebreaker? What was that about? I can't Can you remember Auburn, Alabama?
Auburn, Alabama, and of
Yeah. Actually, I think I edged you there again. You had it 34-13, and I had it 41-13.
I had 34-21. So
yeah, but we both beat you.
Yeah, win again, and we're getting ready now. Next week we'll start our bowl.
That's kind of close.
It'll be separate. So right now you already have a sit-down dinner at one of your favorite places.
Mm-hmm.
And you eat there quite a bit. Is that right?
That's
this week. I got it. That's this week. And
Michael, let me ask you something. You listen to sports radio in Birmingham a little, I guess.
Oh yeah, he does.
Actually, I think we lost him.
Of course, we're talking football and sports this morning on our show, and fixing to have our Bill Jackson Chevrolet Fix of the Week, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet. Chevrolet GMC. Boy, those GMC trucks, man.
We're selling a lot of them.
Man, they are pretty.
Yeah, we got 2 more days with a $14,000 off sticker.
And it's all about the way the vehicle looks. It's the same vehicle as your Silverado. Is that right?
I think we're down to, I probably had 15, 18 of the 2018 model full-size SUVs when we talked a couple of weeks ago when they came out with a 0% interest. I think I looked yesterday and I've got 5 left.
Isn't that amazing? That's a good way
to sold just about all of them.
Yeah. And these, and of course, back to our show, Mike Amos joining us.
I don't know what happened, Michael.
Hello.
I got bounced out somehow.
Yeah, what I was going to ask you, I know you listen to some talk radio in Birmingham. You know, on WSFA, John Longshore has a little section on the sports.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or is it WAK? Whichever one it is.
Yeah, WAK.
Whichever one it is, you know, last night they got to talking about Auburn, and he said in his opinion there's absolutely no way that Gus Malzahn can remain at Auburn now because they've chopped his legs out from under him. Said, you know,
recruiting-wise because of all the Bob Stoops stuff.
Yeah, well, that, you know, all the rumors that he's agreed to a lesser buyout, I don't think that's happened. That, you know, that lose his agent. Yeah. That'd lose his agent. A lot of people. I don't see a way. I mean, from what I've heard, they're going to try to make it so hard on him by not letting him pick his coaches, by dictate the power brokers, by dictating to him what he can do with his staff. And if that's the case, I mean, how do you coach like that?
All right. He had a $35 million buyout.
32.
All right, but it turns out that wasn't true, though. Is that right?
Well, no, that's what they're. One of the rumors is that he's renegotiated his buyout.
Yeah.
And cut his buyout in half or whatever it is. But I mean, but why would you do that? That's just buying you a year. That's going to kill your recruiting. Yeah. The scenarios I've looked at, none of them are going to have a positive long-term effect.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it was it's really something. You know, I thought you look at the first half, and if things happen, they played a heck of a good first half against Alabama. 17-14. Michael was concerned. He liked to tore his beach house up.
Well, the block punt, and we've said all year that if Alabama gets in a close game, their special teams are going to hurt them.
And, and boy, when they blocked the punt, I said, "Oh gosh, man, look out!" And then, of course, the holding penalty.
They also had the holding penalty earlier in the game when the guy went about 70 yards.
75 yards. That old boy can fly.
I still have not seen the replay, but
it was definitely a hold on Dylan Moses.
Yeah, he
had him on Alabama's team. He would have made the tackle.
That's what they said. They said that was the call that sprung him.
It was an obvious hold.
But a big break in the game, of course, that would have given Auburn a lot.
You got to. I mean, as an Auburn fan, you got to be upset. I mean, 17-14. Auburn gets the ball back at about the 25-yard line with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and Malzahn tries to run the clock.
That's a key. He never tries to throw the ball. He's got his timeouts. I thought that was kind of a signal of giving up right there.
That's right.
Because you knew Alabama got the ball to start second half.
There was an article written about that in yesterday's paper, and they said he acted like he gave up. And then also the crazy, the poorly executed field goal, fake field goal. Why didn't they go for it? They would have put points on the board.
Yeah.
In fact, it would have tied the game, wouldn't it?
No, not at that
they were
time.
still down.
Yeah, Alabama.
Still down, yeah.
Alabama scored a couple times quick in the first half. I mean, the second half.
You try to throw it to your kicker of all people. So.
Yeah, I know it. But he could have gotten killed on that play, no question about it. But
Alabama, in that game, the targeting O'Neal Maven, he'll be out for the first half. So that might be something that you might see Georgia try to exploit. Alabama's got Keaton Anderson in. He's probably third or fourth string after all the injuries they've had this year.
But he is a senior. He's been there a while.
Yeah, great special teams player.
Yep.
Well, of course, it's going to be a heck of a game, and we look forward to it. And,
Yeah, we were talking to Will Matthews yesterday, Jim. He said he was trying to get tickets, like 4 tickets. He said the average ticket was going for $650.
Well, you can find them on Tider Insider for like $600 a pair, $700 a pair.
I might pay that. I might pay that.
Let's take a call.
I'm ready. My truck is ready and cranked.
All you got to do is just come out to Birmingham. We'll drive over. It's less than 2 hours.
Well, I can find you some tickets there if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, well, we might really. Yeah, we might want to do it. This is the biggest game in Georgia. Gosh, biggest game in the last 40 years at Georgia.
What are you talking about?
No, the championship game last year was
big.
That was the penultimate.
But a huge game for
But
Georgia.
this is still a really big game for both teams.
Yeah, and of course, if Georgia wins, they're in the playoff. And gosh, boy, this gonna be a heck of a football game.
I mean,
right
you're
here.
looking at one of the greatest Alabama teams of all time, though. I guess the closest game has been 23 points.
Yeah.
In the history of college football, nobody's beaten teams as bad as Alabama has.
Yeah, and I think this game's going to wind up somewhere around 20.
Mike, and we both saw the game. When people throw deep, like Alabama does, what the other teams do, they back up their safeties. They back the safeties up to make them throw underneath, the safeties. Well, Auburn did that for a little while and was pretty successful. But that's exactly what Georgia's got to do, keep Alabama from throwing the bomb. But their receivers are so good in space, what do you call it, in space, that if they catch it 10 yards down the field, allow them to break it for a touchdown.
Exactly, yards after catch. They've got the best total group of receivers that I've seen, and I don't know if I've ever seen an entire group that's that talented, that fast, and is that good in the open field.
Exactly right. Especially number 2, that little punt returner Waddle. That guy can fly.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle can. He's special.
Now Georgia doesn't have the running game that they've had in the past. I don't think.
They got Swift and Holyfield. They got 2 pretty good backs.
They got 2 good backs.
I know it, but now don't you feel like Alabama can shut the run down?
They
shut the run down, make it
Auburn.
one. Well, I know it. Shut the run down and make Brom beat you.
Like Fromm, they tried that last year. I think you will see the other quarterback a little in this game.
Yeah,
I really do.
I felt that way too. Hurt.
Yeah,
Justin
Fields.
Fields for Georgia.
I think you could see Hurt more too, giving Alabama sort of a run look.
I'm not sure Hurts brings much more of a dimension to Alabama than Tua does, because Tua can run the ball a little bit too.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But on the other side, it's night and day between Fromm and Justin Fields.
Oh yeah.
And also Hurts, I don't know if you watch him much this year, but he's got in his mindset so much stay right there and throw the ball that
he wants to prove himself.
He doesn't run near as aggressive as he used to.
Yeah.
I watched him run a few times this year, and he doesn't have the cuts and the moves he used to have. He goes down pretty easy now.
Yeah.
He got a huge cheer when he threw his touchdown pass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Students love him.
I will say this too about Hurt. I don't think he'll sign early. I think he's going to be available next year. I think he'll transfer.
No, he's transferring.
I think
he'll transfer and make somebody a winner right off the bat. Think about it.
I think Hurts is a better fit at Auburn than Kelly Bryant. Because Hurts could actually probably throw the ball a little bit better than Kelly Bryant.
Wait a minute.
Probably.
Are you saying Hurt could go to Auburn?
He can go anywhere he wants to, Dad. He's graduated.
But, I don't think he will.
I'd hate to have to play him, wouldn't you?
I don't think he'll transfer anywhere in the conference. I really don't.
Yeah, but
he
that's something
could go somewhere in Texas where he's from.
I did just see on ESPN where LSU got the top quarterback out of South Florida. It was down to LSU and Miami.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the kid is, but he committed to LSU yesterday.
All right, now Arkansas, they say the reason the Arkansas coach is not under fire as much, they've also, the coach's son is considered another one that's considered one of the best quarterbacks in the country, going to Arkansas. Have you read that?
I have not.
Chad Morris's son?
Yeah, I want to say Chad Morris's son. I want to say that.
I have not.
But we'll
I mean, that probably happened. I just haven't seen anything about it.
Of course, the show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet on the bypass in Troy. And, of course, Bill, I mean, Jim, y'all keep your lot so good looking. Of course, you got it decorated for Christmas. And
well, it's a mess now, but.
And boy, I tell you, you're expanding. It's no question about it. And
I hope to be through with most of that by the end of this week.
Of course, Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac, Buick, a whole line of General Motors cars located right here in Troy, Alabama. General Motors loves you, don't they? You take all their cars, and everybody doesn't do that. Is that right?
You know, well, not everybody's got all 4 lines. And they announced a couple of days ago that, you know, they're going to gradually get out of some of the car business like everybody else has already done. They're one of the later ones to the table doing that, but they're going to phase out the Chevrolet Cruze and the Chevrolet Volt, I think next March, phase out the Buick LaCrosse next March.
Oh, boy.
And then the Cadillac CT6 is going to kind of phase out the end of next year along with the Chevrolet Impala. And they're
the sporty model Cadillac?
No, the CT6 is the big car, and I think they're going to replace it with a bigger car.
Yeah. Well, and of course, you know, Tahoe is still probably the top.
Oh yeah, Tahoe and Yukon
vehicle out there. And again, it's which one you like, the way it looks more.
Yep.
The Tahoe has been probably the top seller in that field for years, and then of course the GMC has a beautiful version of it, and
they do
selling them like hotcakes, aren't you?
Well, that's what we were talking about. I think I'm down to 5 with the 0 for 72 months left on them.
Now you get calls from all over the country, and ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times you know. If you've got a car and there's somebody in Spokane, Washington who looks at that car.
I've actually shipped a truck to California. Did that last year.
And how does that happen? It seems like General Motors could step in there if they wanted to.
They find it on the internet and call the dealer and buy it and pay to have it shipped.
And a lot of times you'll send somebody to Atlanta and pick up a car or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, we'll be right back with more Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week. We're going to start with a big high school game coming up in Highland Home, Alabama. And what's the name of that restaurant I like so much, Mike?
It don't matter.
Now, Mike, look, I said the restaurant. What's the name of it?
See, It Don't Matter Restaurant.
Oh, is it? Located in downtown Highland Home. And that's where everybody goes after the big victory, and they throw Coca-Cola cups on top of the building. Is that
and the
right?
Verne's going to Highland Home.
Yeah, that's right. Going to Highland Home. And biggest game ever at Highland Home High School this week, and we'll let you know who's going to win that game right after this.
History happens here. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Get your game day tickets now with ticket packages starting at just $20. Get the ultimate tailgate experience, then enjoy the luxury of a Guardian ESPN zone. Or see the game unfold from the sidelines at the Wind Creek Hospitality Field Suite. Get your tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. December 15th at Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. History happens here.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
All right. I got a good feeling Troy's going to Mobile.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to
That's
our
what I'm
show. And, of course, everybody's wondering where Troy will be going in the Bowl. And, of course, who's going to Montgomery in the Camellia Bowl. And, of course, who's going in the Dollar General Bowl.
We know for sure that the winner of the Appalachian State Lafayette game will be going to New Orleans.
And the loser will be going to the Cure Bowl in Orlando.
And there's an outside chance that if Troy could have won, that UAB would be going to New Orleans. So UAB might play Appalachian State.
Yeah. But right now, of course, the bowl.
UAB has got to do something not many teams do. They're going right back to Murfreesboro, where they got beat last weekend 20-something to 3.
Craziest thing I've ever heard of.
To play for the Conference USA Championship game again.
Back to back, they go back
Wow.
to back. And we'll be going over that game in just a few moments. First of all, let's get going this morning as the
who won last week? I mean, what was the tiebreaker?
All right.
You had it 34-13, and I had it 41-13.
So it goes.
And it wound up 52-21.
Yeah.
So I guess I beat you by 7.
Okay.
Since I had Alabama. You had them at 34. We both missed Auburn by 8. I missed Alabama by 11, and you missed them by.
And let's see.
What's that? 18.
Oh yeah. I was
Hard to believe
down.
it's been that close.
I know. I was 14-10.
14-10.
Yeah, 14-10. I lost 10.
Michael, we have bad weeks, and he still can't get close.
Too many upsets.
And what's your favorite restaurant downtown?
B Graves.
B Graves.
Yeah,
So
you can go ahead and get him the
dinner for 2 for B Graves.
B Graves.
And of course, and then next week we start our bowl picks, and the winner there will get dinner at B Graves. So you got a chance. You got a good chance.
You might have to get me something up around Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Luverne and Highland Home, both teams are 12-1. I tell you what, boy, just shoot in here because one of them's got to have some relief.
They've already played once, haven't they?
I don't know.
I thought they played early.
Luverne got beat at Luverne by Highland Home. That's their only loss.
They got beat. Highland Home beat Luverne. And Luverne beat Georgiana this year, too, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean, the only loss Highland Home had was to Georgiana, but they beat Luverne.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Highland Home.
What a football game. Man, I tell you, hey, it don't matter. Restaurant is going to be jam-packed full of folks for this game. 7 o'clock kickoff. And, of course...
I mean, if Coach Riles wins another state championship, he's already won one at Alabama. You're talking about becoming a great coach to a legendary coach, winning 2 state championships at 2 different schools.
Oh, yeah.
He is a very good coach, no question about it.
Coach Coggins and Coach Mitchell and Coach Pouncey, I know those guys well. You know, I'm going to take the home team here. I'm going to go Highland Home.
I'm going to go Highland Home. If Highland Home beat them in Luverne, I think they can.
Both of these teams
they might have the upper hand.
But Highland Home is really high scoring. They beat a very good Arrington team, 28-20 last week. That tells me enough right there. But Luverne beats Leroy. You know what I'm saying? And how does that happen? You know, and quite a.
I mean, either team. I mean, it's had an unbelievable season. I mean, congratulations to Crenshaw County. You got Crenshaw Christian play for the state championship. You got Luverne and Highland Home, and one game away from the state championship. It's been unbelievable for that county this year.
This is quite a football game. I have a hard time. I want to go the other way. Y'all both going to Highland Home?
Yes, we both went Highland Home.
All right, I'm going to take Luverne. I'm going to take Luverne to go in and beat Highland Home. That's going to be a heck of a game.
You just didn't want to make Coach Glenn Daniels.
I want to make him happy. You're exactly right. Coach Daniel, if you're watching this morning, good morning to you. One of the great men of all time in our part of the country, not just a football coach, but as a great man. And
I tell you what, on 331, that's going to be probably people parked on the roads trying to get into that game. That's going to be a huge
I would imagine.
And you got to walk downhill. It's down in the bottom. It's quite a venue.
Yeah, they don't have many bleachers, but they got plenty of room, standing room around there that many people could go to. There could be probably close to 6,000 or 7,000 people there.
Of course, that's a 7 o'clock kickoff from Highland Home at Luverne.
You can get your picture taken in front of the airplane.
I would say Luverne's 10 or 15 miles from Highland Home. You got to go through Norville to get there.
Normal. Yeah, there won't be a lot of traveling.
And it's going to be.
You go through Luverne, Rutledge, and then you get to Highland Home.
That's right. No question about it. It's going to be a great ball game, and I know those people are excited, about this game. Okay, Providence at Flomaton, and Providence coached by Kenny Keith, who played here at Charles Simpson back in 1980 when they won the state championship. He later coached at Charles Simpson for a while, and this must be Bud coming in. Mike, I'm going to put you on hold. Be right back with you. Good morning. You're on Today in LA, and Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week.
I believe Scotty Riles also won a state championship when he was head coach at South Montgomery.
He did? Now, I'd like to know that. That would be unprecedented. You're exactly right. I know he grew up and played at South Montgomery, and but I didn't know how long did he coach at South Montgomery?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he won a state championship over there.
Well, if somebody knows that for a fact, please call in. That would be unprecedented to win one in both leagues like that. And of course, now who you root for in this game?
You got to go with Scotty.
You like Scotty in this game?
Scotty in the playoffs.
And of course, Scotty was born and raised in South Montgomery.
He's a master quarterback, master offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I know it. I knew that. He did a great job at Elba when he was there, and he left there and went to Saraland or somewhere down in Mobile, didn't he?
I'm not real sure.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling me on that, and if somebody knows that for a fact, I sure would love to know it.
Me too.
And I'm not denying what you say. It could very easily be. I just didn't know. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, let's go back to Mike. Mike, back to you. This gentleman just called in and said Scott Riles won a state championship at South Montgomery Academy. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I didn't realize that. You'd know that better than me.
I know it. And somebody, Bud, if you're out there, give us a ring. Bud would know, I know, whether that happened or not.
Niblet at Hoover, his dad won a championship there too, didn't he?
Yeah, Niblet won the first state championship for South Montgomery there, and I remember it well.
Of course, that school no longer exists.
Yeah. I would like to mention before we get going too much, Troy University Hall of Fame committee meets today, Mike. To tell you how well respected I am in Troy Lower, Mike, is I've never been asked to be one of the selectors in that, and I would think, I'll just go ahead and say, if anybody out there knows more about Troy University football and sports and in general than I do, I'd like to have a trivia contest.
Yeah, you might be the oldest living fan, though.
But evidently no credibility at all if I can't be on that committee, you know what I mean?
Well, it's one of those things where, there's a lot of people, we talk about it all the time, that deserve to be in that Hall of Fame. And,
oh, yeah.
Well, a friend of mine, and let me...
Hopefully they'll get the right people to go in. Also...
That's what I'm concerned about.
Before we forget, Coach Cunningham and Troy will host Austin P, your favorite team.
Yeah, let's go, P. Let's go, P.
Yeah, there's a girls' game before that, too, I think.
Yeah, Alabama State and
That's
Troy's
right.
girls start first. It'd be a great opportunity to see Troy's girls play. And then at 7 o'clock, Austin P, a very well-respected basketball program.
Yeah, what's their nickname? Do you know it?
I know
they're the Governors.
Yeah, the Governors.
Oh.
And they had back in the 60s, they had a great player, Mike. His name was Fly Williams. that played at Austin Peay, and I want to say he took them deep into the playoffs.
Wow.
And he was a great player. You know, that's basketball country, you know.
No doubt.
And of course, it's located in Tennessee, but it's right on the border of Kentucky, and it's quite a basketball school. And this guy named Fly Williams was sort of like a Maravich back then. He was a great high-scoring guy that sort of put Austin Peay on the map. And I wasn't being silly, ladies and gentlemen. The fight song, or the way, let's go Trojans, they say, let's go Peay. Austin Peay, you know?
Well, Troy better win this game because they got to be on the road Monday night at Florida State. He's ranked number 10 in the country.
The reason I said about the Hall of Fame, Troy does a great job with the Hall of Fame. Don't get me wrong, and it's one of the best around. But it bothers me though when somebody calls me up and says, "I don't know any of these people." A guy that was brought on the selection committee that doesn't know any of those guys. Yeah. I mean, man, don't put somebody on there that doesn't know who he's voting for. You know, it's very important to a lot of people, you know, especially
no doubt.
The guys that are 60 and 70 years old, nobody remembers, that deserve to be on there.
Troy sports since the 50s, so I would
say... You take John Fairclough. John Fairclough, I hope he'll go in. He is a great man, did a lot for athletics. He was a great player at Troy, and he's a guy that played back in the 60s, the early 60s and late 50s, that is a candidate, and hopefully... people like that will get an opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame. Of course, Coach Sadler, who sat right here next to me for all those years, is a member of the
that's right.
Hall of Fame, and it's a lot of great ones out there. I'm just saying, hey, let's take this thing very seriously, and let's put people on the selection committee that knows who they're voting on. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, we got Wendell in last year, and Wendell should have been in.
Oh yeah. No question about it. And
there's several guys in baseball and football that, you know, Brock Nutter needs to go in soon.
Well, he's on the. Let me tell you something. He's on the. I'm sure he's on the list. In fact, I hear there's 60 candidates for this year's Hall, which that's good. There's 60 candidates I know that are going to be voted on today, and hopefully some of those good old guys that played back in the Clemson era and some of those great players. You know, Max Howell, I think, is on the selection committee. It's a lot of great people, you know, great athletes that came through.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it. Okay. All right, we're talking about Kenny Keith and Providence. By far the best.
I'll take Flomaton.
Wait a minute, man, against Providence?
Well, I mean, Flomaton went to Pike County and beat Pike County, and, you know, the only loss Providence Christian had was to Pike County this year. I like Flomaton.
Well, you know, I know this. Providence had to go somewhere. Where did they go last week? They went to Gordo. Hey, listen, they beat Gordo. They beat Larry Blakeney's team.
That's why they beat Gordo at home.
Yeah, but they were playing at home. That's correct.
All right, yeah, they're playing at. I'm still going with Providence. I'm taking Kenny Keith's Providence team, which is located right outside of Dothan, between Dothan and Ozark. Who do you like?
I'm going to take Flomaton.
Okay.
Playing at home.
Mike, who do you like? Flomaton. You know who used to be the head coach at Flomaton, don't you, Mike?
I don't know.
Well, he at one time coached at Florida State. At one time he coached at Alabama.
Ronnie Cottrell.
Ronnie Cottrell. You're exactly right. He used to be the head coach at Flomaton.
Wow.
Okay.
Was that before he got into college coaching?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Now, you know, he later on played coach down in Mobile, and I think he's still down there somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the head coach of Mobile Christian.
Yeah, okay. Good football coach. That career would have been huge if he hadn't been involved in
wrong place, wrong time.
That's right. And with well-respected recruiter, especially.
You got Andalusia with 4 losses playing an undefeated UMS Wright.
Boy, I tell you what, if they were playing at Andalusia, I would take them in the upset here, but I've got to go with UMS Wright.
Yeah, I like UMS Wright.
But Andalusia, they were playing well at the right time. Their coach is an outstanding coach, Mike. You know, he coached at Strawn all those years, and of course was a member of the Donnie, the great Andalusia teams. He played on one of those great Andalusia teams.
You talking about the Sharp team?
Yeah, Donnie Sharp's teams that won 50-something straight games at one time, regular season.
Curtis has been at UMS Wright, I don't know how many years, but he's won over 300 games now.
They say, I hear this from people of a very reliable source, is that he is perhaps the best high school football coach in the state of Alabama, what I've heard.
And who's that?
This Curtis.
Terry Curtis at UMS Wright.
The guy that's been at UMS Wright all those years.
You got Viger at Greenville.
Well, who do you like? You like UMS Wright?
I like UMS Wright.
All right.
I like UMS Wright. You got Viger at Greenville.
Okay. All right, wait a minute. We
put
don't
that
have
on
it
here?
here. We need to put it on there. I didn't realize that. I missed that. Viger at Greenville.
Viger's 12-1. Greenville's 11-2.
Let me throw out a little trivia to Jim. Jim, what great Alabama quarterback played at Viger High School of Pritchard? What great Alabama quarterback played at Viger High School of Pritchard?
Do not know.
Scott Hunter.
Yeah.
Scott Hunter. All right, Viger playing at Greenville. Is the game played at Greenville?
Yeah.
Boy, that's going to be a big game. Oh, me.
Yeah, that will draw a crowd.
I'm going to have to go with Viger, though. I'm going to take Viger.
I think so. That's,
Who do you like?
a lot better area.
I'm gonna take Viger, but I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah. Saraland at Wetumpka, and of course Wetumpka, boy, they lost their great quarterback, who a lot of people thought was one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Lost him first game, but they say now he'd have a hard time beating out this second string quarterback.
Wow.
They've just got players at Wetumpka, I promise you. And Saraland, gosh, when have they had a great team, in fact, I think Coach Riles used to coach at Saraland.
He coaches Satsuma.
Yeah, let's see who this caller is here.
Just turn it off.
Yeah.
Young
gonna
today in
answer.
L.A., how you doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Hello? Evidently one of our
For the
callers.
show.
In fact, did I pick up the wrong phone this morning? I might have. Okay, all right. I'm gonna take
12-1 with Wetumpka's 11-2.
I'm gonna take Wetumpka. Who do y'all like?
I'm going to take Saraland.
I want to say this is where Riles coached before, Mike. Is that
No,
Saraland?
he coached at Satsuma.
Oh, Satsuma, which is right next to it. Is that right?
I'm going to take Saraland.
Okay,
Oh, I
Mike.
thought we
will
played
take
different there.
Saraland over Wetumpka, son. What are you thinking about, Mike?
Jim just took Saraland, too.
I did.
All right, there must be some guru in there somewhere. Okay, let's get going with the college. And I'll tell you what.
What about the state championship game? Y'all want to pick Thompson Central Phoenix City?
Yeah,
Well,
let's
that's
do
next
that.
week, but it is Wednesday, though. So
Yeah, let's do take it. I've got to go with, of course, Thompson is really, really good. But I tell you, old Jamie is tough over in Phoenix City, too. Oh, man. Who do y'all like? Jim, I got a feeling that you like.
I like Thompson. They're playing lights out right now. They just beat Hoover and Lewis. I mean, phenomenal quarterback, Tumble and I like Thompson.
Where will this game be played? In Auburn?
Auburn.
In Auburn.
And,
on a Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
man, oh, man, that'd be a good one to go see. Thompson at, in fact, I'm going to go see this game, I think.
Should be on TV.
Yeah, it will be.
Thompson at Phoenix City.
Central Phoenix City, yeah.
Oh, boy. Man, what a game, what a game. I reckon I'm going to go with the guru. I'm going to go with Thompson.
I'm going to take Thompson.
So everybody took Thompson?
They did.
Okay,
Yeah.
now.
I feel like when you come out of Birmingham, you're going against the toughest competition. That's just my opinion.
Well, this
Is
year,
the I know Troy Cable here has done a lot of games. Is the Laverne and Highland home game going to be on TV?
I don't know. See, I don't know. That would be a huge
Campbell
game.
did Laverne games for years.
You had to go through the
I would
state.
think it would
You had to go
be.
through
Yeah,
the
but
state.
they've been going through the state, and Neil and Wally have been doing
Yeah,
it,
that's
hadn't
right.
they, and paying the fee.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if they're doing this game or not.
Now we have
Somebody pays $400. I'm sure somebody go out there with a camera.
well, I don't know though. You still got to go through the High School Athletics Association. It's pretty tough. I would say that it's worth a trying to look at. Somebody look in that. Luverne's got a regular crew that does their games, you know, that done it over the years. So. And do a good job.
Well, yeah, I know Purdue did their games for years.
Yeah, that's right. That's just something that is a question mark. We'll find out later on about that. All right, we're going to take a short break.
That is, but that's a loss right there.
Let's go ahead and take it.
Hoover did not win.
They sure
so
did.
if that's me, then Michael won.
That's me.
He's getting worse. I thought that might have broke the tie with me and you, Michael, but
yeah, he looked
somebody had Hoover and it wasn't marked. And I said, "Oh, that might break the tie," but then it's your dad.
Now my record goes 13-11.
It keeps going the wrong way.
Oh, I don't like steak anyway.
If I'd have known it was him, I wouldn't have said anything.
Steak, I don't like seafood. I don't like. No, I'm joking. Oh man. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with more of Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week.
History happens here. The 5th annual Raycom Media Camellia Bowl is back. Get your game day tickets now with ticket packages starting at just $20. Get the ultimate tailgate experience, then enjoy the luxury of a Guardian ESPN zone. Or see the game unfold from the sidelines at the Wind Creek Hospitality Field Suite. Get your tickets now at CameliaBowl.com. The Raycom Media Camellia Bowl kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. December 15th at Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. History happens here.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
They do not allow a pickup truck in Beijing.
They do not?
It's crazy.
That's interesting.
It's crazy. It's 7 million cars,
wow.
I think, in Beijing alone, which is unbelievable. Okay, back to our show, and of course we've got a great selection of games. Most of these are games that are for conference championships, so they're very important games, and also these games have a big effect on who's going bowling and where they're going bowling, including Troy.
Yeah, I guess Jim's going to take Central Clay against Mortimer Jordan.
We didn't have that one on there either.
No, I'm just talking about your hometown team.
Well, let's do that. Central Clay, ladies and gentlemen, that's located in Ashland, Alabama.
Between Ashland and Lineville.
Right there between Ashland and Lineville. And they playing who, Mike?
You got Cheehaw Mountain looking over you. You got Mortimer Jordan out of.
And you got to go to Mortimer Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, I can see somebody pulling up at a gas station saying, "Hey, can y'all tell me how to get to Mortimer Jordan? Hey, I'm trying to go to a football game at Mortimer Jordan. How in the world
I can see that.
Around 65.
You go up at 65 and do what?
Is it up north?
You won't see a sign saying Mortimer Jordan, I'll tell you that.
You turn it 65.
I'm sorry, you turn where?
Morse.
Okay.
Oh, it's located in Morris, Alabama. Is that right?
Yeah, it's on the way to Dewey Barber Chevrolet.
Okay, up
Dewey
toward
Barber Chevrolet. You're right, man.
And Warrior.
In Warrior, Alabama.
Up on the hill.
Dewey Barber.
What are their records?
Central Clay's 10-3, and Mortimer Jordan's 12-1.
10-3 and 12-1. Mortimer Jordan.
Mortimer Jordan's uniform style look just like BYU.
Yeah. I hate to do this to you, but I'm taking Mortimer Jordan. They look like who?
BYU.
BYU. Okay, they're blue and white then. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll take Mortimer Jordan. Now, Jim, you got to take your hometown team.
I'll take Central Clay.
Is Coach Horn back?
That's what I was going to tell y'all. Y'all were talking about these coaches earlier.
Is he back? Horn back?
He's back.
That
He won what, 4 or 5 state championships there?
Yeah. They
won 55 straight games and went to Ellick City and got them.
They won 55 straight games?
In 3 years. I guess that's still the state record.
Yeah.
Jim, y'all need to get a slogan like Dewey Barber. Dewey Barber's slogan is "Nobody walks away from Dewey Barber Chevrolet."
Hey, how about this? See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's inviting you to try.
Does Scott still do his commercials up there?
There are tons of commercials for Dewey Barber Chevrolet.
Gotcha. And the guy that owns that, Scott Barber's a good friend of mine.
Who you hear all the time is Tyrone Prothrows on commercials up in Jasper.
I think that'd be for Carl Cannon.
Carl Cannon, that's right.
Yeah.
Tyrone Protho, I thought he was in the banking business.
No, he was with Wagner's Team Sports, and then he coached at Spanish Fort, and now he's coaching at Jasper High School.
Well, now he did work for Regions Bank in Tuscaloosa.
He did, yeah. When I worked at the Bryan Conference Center, and I banked with Regions, he was a teller there.
Yep.
Yeah. Of course, he's the one that was a great player that broke his leg and ended his career against Florida. I remember that game happened right in front of us. Alabama.
His leg snapped.
And he would have been an all-time great, not only at Alabama, maybe as a pro too, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I worked with him. He told me at worst he was going to be a second-round pick.
Boy, he lost millions and millions of dollars. Now, that's why a guy like that probably needs to have an insurance policy, don't you think?
Well, unfortunately, he was in a game that was a blowout. Alabama beat Florida by about 28 points.
I remember that.
Probably best victory.
You were coaching.
I was.
You were the head coach. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah, Mike Shula.
Mike Shula. This guy looks just like Mike Shula. Surely the people come up to you and say and ask you that, don't they?
You do.
Has anybody else, though?
Not that I know of.
Not
that I know of.
That's Mike Shula. That's Mike Shula. Okay.
I went to the Shula Steakhouse one time and had a steak. It wasn't bad.
Oh, it was
I
a
ate
good
there one
steak.
time.
Yeah. They used to have one in Birmingham. They still have it?
I think it's gone now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's at the gallery anymore.
Okay. Washington at Utah, and Washington is starting to play like they were supposed to play at the very beginning of the year.
Look at some lines here.
But Utah is also a very good football team. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know. This is a tough
Coffee.
game. I'm going to go Washington.
Yeah, Washington's a 5-point favorite.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is laid-back television at its very best.
Oh,
If you
Utah
watch
was
it
down
on
20-0 to BYU, who's their rival, and came back and beat them.
I'm going to take Washington.
Where are they playing this game, Mike?
It's at Washington.
Oh, at Washington. That makes a big difference. Oh, boy, I'm going to take Washington. And the coach can't play, I know. All right, who do you like, Mike?
Actually, this might be in Santa Clara, California. I can't remember where is the Pac-12 championship game.
Let's see, I can tell you.
It's got Washington listed as the home team.
Utah, Washington.
If it's on a mutual field, I might
Levi
say
Stadium
Utah.
in Santa Clara. Same place the national championship game is.
Yeah.
So this will not be a home. This is a neutral site. I'm still going to go Washington.
Yeah, Washington beat them 21-7 earlier in the year.
All right, I'm going to stay with them. Okay, who do you like?
I took Washington.
Okay. UAB at Middle Tennessee. And as we said, come here, darling, to be on our show. Come here and be on our show. Man, it's just to have somebody bring me coffee. Which people could see who brought me coffee this morning. A lovely lady, I promise you. That's very important to this.
This is a really strange line. UAB just got beat 27-3, but the line's only 1.5.
Yep.
And I read an article yesterday. UAB had 7 starters that didn't play.
Will they play this week, though?
I heard 6 of them will be back.
Okay.
I'm going to go Middle Tennessee, though. I feel like, of course, a good friend of ours, a guy we know very well, is their offensive coordinator.
Tony Franklin, of course, is a great coach, no question about it.
But, we're very close to the offensive coordinator UAB, too, Brian Vincent.
If Tuberville...
I'll take UAB just to be different.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's right. Brian Vincent used to be the offensive coordinator at Charles Henson. You remember him? When Brian Vincent used to be at Charles Henson? He he came in and put in the spread offense at Charles Henderson when he under Coach Fountain, and boy, they were doing things that nobody else around was doing at that time, Mike. And of course, he had coached at Livingston
and
under Bobby
then he went to
John.
Greenville, and then he was head coach of Spanish Fort.
That's right. And now he's the offensive coordinator at UAB. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't think they can do it 2 times in a row. I'm gonna take UAB to beat Middle Tennessee.
I did.
All right, so I'm gonna be the only person taking.
Wait a minute! Ding, 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 ding! Jim just took UAB, Mike.
I did.
Of course, Troy used to have Middle Tennessee State's number.
Oh, they sure did.
Probably ever.
They had it. It's only I can always remember the night that Troy was playing Middle Tennessee, and it was for the right to go to New Orleans for the New Orleans Bowl.
We left the stadium because we thought the game was over.
And everybody thought the game was over. 3 or 4 minutes left, and Troy came back and won the game. But the ironic thing was, they were making an announcement before Troy's comeback and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, tickets to the New Orleans Bowl are now on sale at the North Gate. Tickets to the New Orleans Bowl." And we're telling the folks at Middle Tennessee that they could go ahead and buy their bowl tickets. And Troy kicked the onside kick, and then another play where the receiver landed on his head. You remember that, Mike?
Yeah, well, it's never over till it's over. You know, Orgeron got dunked with a Gatorade.
That was perhaps the greatest. Yeah, that was perhaps the greatest win in Larry Blakeney's career, I would think. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Pretty special.
It was
Well,
unreal.
it was the greatest comeback win. I mean, we were literally in the car listening on the radio and turning around to drive back.
Yeah, that's right. And then we ran back in. It was a heck of a game, no question about it. This is a good.
You had a great quarterback though, Omar Hogerbrooks.
Omar Hogerbook. You're exactly right. And they wasn't big in that bowl game too. You remember that?
Yeah, I guess Rice.
That sounds like
That's
a
exactly.
football name.
All right, now before we get out away from this, I've got a feeling Troy's going to the Mobile Bowl. Now I haven't heard to the your favorite grocery store, Mike.
My favorite grocery store, Dollar General.
Dollar General, and of course Dollar Generals are spurring up everywhere, man.
Yes, they have.
And of course this is the Dollar General Bowl in Mobile. There's no official announcement until Sunday. I just got a feeling the way things look that Troy's going to Mobile.
That's what I think. That's probably their most likely landing point.
And of course go ahead and they'll be at the Renaissance.
Does that mean I'm going to Biloxi?
What?
Does that mean I'm going to Biloxi?
That means you're going to Biloxi, yeah. Yeah. A lot of people will be going to Biloxi. But, you know, the great thing about that bowl game is they got a big Mardi Gras parade the night before. It goes right by the hotel, and the Troy band's in it, and the opposing band's in it. And really a good atmosphere, it really is. Okay, now, after we get through all this suspense.
So Jim, if Alabama wins, you're going to Miami, I guess?
To the Orange Bowl?
Yeah.
I am not.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've got I won't be in town. Those are going to be played the 29th this year.
Yeah.
And now, let me make something clear. The Troy game would be on Saturday, the 22nd. So that game would be.
I would not have the option to go into that one either because that's my family's Christmas.
Yeah, in Birmingham or where?
Here.
Oh, here. Well, I'm sorry.
My mom and dad. Always a Saturday before Christmas.
Can I have your tickets?
You can buy my tickets.
Yeah. Can we have your Orange Bowl tickets?
You know, I did not order. I could have.
Yeah.
Oh, can you not order now?
No, that order was due. Let's see. All right, the game's the first. Your SEC championship.
How can you already have to order for something that you don't even know if it's guaranteed?
Well, the way they do that, Michael, is they send me a blank, and it's got every possible game on there that Alabama could play in. I think there was a total of 18 games. You know, 10 of those are not very likely.
Yeah.
I guess if they'd have lost to Mississippi State and the Citadel and Auburn, then maybe they'd have wound up one of those games. But what you do is you mark the ones you want to go to. And see, the university, mine comes from the university, so they're the ones selling the tickets. Well, if Alabama's not in the game, the university doesn't get the tickets anyway.
Yeah.
So you're only obligating yourself if Alabama's in the game. So you're not ordering tickets for a game. You might order tickets for 5 different bowl games, but you're only going to get tickets to the one that Alabama's in.
Yeah.
You're not going to get them to the other 4. So I ordered SEC championship tickets. They were due a week earlier. And then I didn't order either one of the semis because I knew we were going to be out of town. I only ordered Levi Stadium to the national championship.
This game
If
Saturday,
Alabama doesn't make it, I won't get those, of course.
All right, this game Saturday with Oklahoma. I heard the regular price, what, $3.40? How much did it cost for?
Are you talking about Oklahoma or Alabama, Georgia?
Excuse me, Alabama, Georgia. What would be the price on that?
Well, the university tickets were $125 and $150, regular price.
Yeah, regular price.
But see, each university, I don't know the exact number, but that place holds 75,000.
Yeah.
Well, probably only 25 or 30,000 of those tickets are split between the universities.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Georgia gets 15 and Alabama gets 15. The other 45 belong to corporate sponsors. So that's why Georgia will have a huge advantage on the crowd.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the corporate sponsors are there in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And most of those
we've never been in that stadium, Dad. That's hard to believe.
I know it.
Oh, yeah,
and I tell you, I bet
twice.
you, with that situation, I would think there'd be tickets out there.
It's a tough ticket.
You think so?
It's a tough
How about
ticket.
the Chevrolet dealer, General Motors? I bet they have a corporate office in Atlanta. Probably not.
They have an office in Atlanta, but I doubt they'll be one of the corporate sponsors.
Okay.
So the thing about those stadiums is, like, if it's like everywhere else, if you buy a box or a booth to the Falcons games, you get it for this game.
You do?
Now, you still have to pay for your tickets.
Yeah.
But the booth is yours for this game
Oh,
also.
man, that is great.
Um,
So that's going to be fun to look at, and of course, people looking for tickets. Now, can they go on eBay? Not eBay, but
they can go on
StubHub.
They can go on
StubHub, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ticket places out there.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to go to StubHub and get a ticket.
But you might get lucky. Now, Steve Camp is a guru at getting tickets to StubHub.
Well, you know, we've been in the SC Championship game. I don't know how many times I walked up and bought tickets.
Walk up and bought tickets.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a great one to watch.
From people that you never thought that would have tickets. Kind of sketchy people.
This is going to be the biggest game maybe ever for Georgia, and perhaps
the biggest game for Georgia was when they played for the national championship last
Yeah.
year.
Well, okay, but again, this is
still
going
a
to be
big game.
huge. This puts them in the championship.
I think Georgia's playing to get into the playoff. I'm not so sure Alabama is.
Hey, I bet you'll see a halfback pass in this game. I promise you. Oklahoma versus Texas, and somebody needs to beat Oklahoma or Ohio State and get them out of our hair.
Well, the problem is Texas has already beaten them. I don't know if he can beat them twice.
Yeah, I like Oklahoma.
Texas is playing well right now, though. Did you know that?
They're
9-3. Did you know Texas was 9-3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Texas had 2 losses though after they beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma's maybe the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. Like, I mean, West Virginia. I mean, how they scored. I mean every single time they throw a deep ball, the guy was literally 5 yards.
Yeah, wide open.
If he did not win the Heisman Trophy, I think the Heisman Trophy is either going to be Tua or it's going to be the quarterback at Oklahoma or the quarterback at West Virginia who threw for over 500 yards in that big game.
Yeah, but he's also thrown for he's thrown for 10 or 12 interceptions. Too.
Yeah, but he is still a great player, and he's going to be I would say he might be the number 1 draft choice. What would you say?
Who's that?
The quarterback at West Virginia. Used to be at Florida.
Will Greer.
Yeah, Will Greer.
Is that his name?
Will Greer is a great quarterback.
You know, they're saying it's probably going to be one of the top 3 now. Is Quentin Williams.
The defensive player for
Defensive lineman in
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
But yeah,
John Williams will go
Is he number 92? Is he number 92?
Yes.
He is pretty good.
I'll say this though. I mean, Oklahoma's defense is the worst I think I've ever seen. I mean, if they get in the playoffs, they're going to get beat.
Oh yeah.
They can't outscore everybody.
You know,
I'm going to take Oklahoma to win this game though.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw something out right now. The worst thing in the world is these kids that are playing right here today. They're going to be in the bowl game, and many of them are going to be in the top 4 teams, play for a national championship. They have to be careful how they tackle. I mean, accidentally they could go head-to-head with a runner, and the official throw the flag.
They change that rule because a lot of times running backs leap for their
I know it. They go for the head. The running backs do, and it should be looked at on that side. But most times the defense, and they call a flag, and then they go ahead and they call it a personal foul, and then they say they're gonna kick him out of the game. Then he misses the second half of the championship game. Isn't that crazy?
That's just the rule.
Yeah, okay. Oklahoma and Texas. Boy, I tell you, I want Texas to win this game. You said they got a terrible offense. I think Texas is going to find a way to beat them. I'm going to take Texas.
This game is in Jerry World.
Yeah.
Jerry World.
I like Oklahoma.
In Dallas. Or you like Oklahoma? That's going to be a good one, though.
It is.
All right. Lafayette at App State. And Lafayette.
Give me App State.
App State.
Lafayette lost, let's see, they were 7-5, I think, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, they've already gotten beat by Fletcher this season. I mean, for Lafayette to have to get on the road and go play on that mountain where it's probably going to be about 30 degrees, and this game kicks right at 11.
Yeah, I'm going to take them, too. I've got the...
Great exposure for Troy, though, man. This game's on prime time ESPN.
And Troy was hard to find on TV. Mike, did you know that? It was hard for anybody to find Troy last week.
Yeah, we had the...
ESPN Plus. You just got to get the streaming.
We had the Ohio State-Michigan game on.
Did you? Up there? Okay, I was wanting to throw this out right now. Of course, Oklahoma and Texas are the two teams. But looking at the Sun Belt, Lafayette was ranked fifth overall in the Sun Belt. They finished the season 7-6. Lafayette was 7-6 overall, and Troy.
No, they wouldn't have already played 13 games.
Well, it says it here. It says 7-6.
Yeah, that's not right.
5-3. Well, that's what it said. It said 7-6 overall, but I think it was 7-5. And Troy was 9-3. Arkansas State was 9-. Georgia Southern was 9-3, and Arkansas State was 8-4. So they were the fifth best team in the conference, and now they're playing for a conference championship and a right to go. Well, they will. They've already earned the right to go to the Cure Bowl in Orlando, and they are the fifth best team maybe in the conference.
Wow.
Yeah, they're 7-5.
Something's wrong there. But
well, I mean, it's just going to be that. Unfortunately, Troy's in the toughest division. You know, when you're with Georgia Southern, Appalachian State, I mean, that's not fair.
I'll tell you a done deal. Arkansas State is going to Arizona. They're going to play in the Arizona Bowl. Arkansas State. What if that would have been offered to Troy? What would you have said, Mike?
I mean, there'd probably be 500 fans.
Well, it'd been something that you'd never done, or I had never done. You'd gone out there to a game before, though, hadn't you, to Arizona?
Fiesta Bowl?
Yeah.
In Scottsdale?
Yeah, but this is called the Arizona Bowl.
It's played there.
And already, Arkansas State has already accepted the invitation to that game.
Yes, I saw
Gonna be playing
Auburn and Oregon play there.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I saw Alabama and Clemson play there.
You went to the Auburn-Oregon National Championship game?
I did.
You did. What were you doing going to that game?
What I gave my wife for Christmas that year.
What were you doing going to that game? I bet you wore a red sweater.
No, I wore a navy blue pullover, but no orange.
What did you do in that game for us cheering?
I didn't.
Hey, you're right. No
it was a good ball game, too.
Yeah. I just thought that was something that we needed to talk about this morning. Lafayette and App State. I'll take App State to win that game.
This next one's one of the hardest ones to pick for me.
Fresno State at Boise, and Mike, this guy might get this Fresno coach might get Coach of the Year. What do you think?
Yeah, Jeff Tedford used to be the Cal coach. I'm gonna tell you, Boise beat him at home a few weeks ago, and I took Fresno against them. I'm gonna go Boise again.
Yeah. All right, so we took. I'm taking Boise on the blue field. They play on the blue field again, don't they?
That's correct.
Is this a back-to-back game?
No.
No, they played about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, and who won the game? Fresno.
Boise.
Okay. Boise's good at home, no question.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take them at home. They're a 2.5-point favorite, which tells me it's a coin flip game.
Yeah. Back to our quick talk about the Heisman Trophy. Tua is right now the number one candidate right now, followed by Kyler Murray. Now, Murray is the guy that played last year at where did Murray play last year? At Arkansas, or where did he play last year?
He transferred in from Texas A&M.
No, from Texas A&M to
He
play
was
for Oklahoma.
quarterback last year. He's a baseball star. He's already signed a $5 million contract with us.
And Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback at Ohio State, is the third-ranked contender, along with Will Greer, the fourth ranked. But I tell you, Will Greer is a heck of a player.
I would say when they came out with the updated odds on Sunday out of Vegas, that it's pretty much already over.
Yeah. What, you feel like Tua is going to
Well, The odds for Tua to win are 1 to 5. You got to bet $1,000 to win 200.
Yeah. You mean there's an actual betting?
Oh yeah.
On that?
And
you can bet on anything in
you can
Vegas.
bet on anything.
Well, I didn't know you could bet on the Heisman Trophy.
And Murray's 2 to 1, so that
Yeah.
tells me there's no prayer.
Yeah. Guess who the 6th guy overall is, Mike? Or the 5th. The 5th guy is Gardner Minshew the 2nd. Gardner Minshew the 2nd, a quarterback out of Washington State, at one time was a Troy Trojan. Is that right?
Yeah, he was on the roster in the spring.
He was on the roster this past spring at Troy. And now he's
not this past spring, the spring before.
Oh, the spring before. And now he's the leading passer in the nation at Washington State. And then Christian Wilkins. Listen to this now. You know who Christian Wilkins is?
He's defensive
Defensive
tackle for
lineman.
Clemson.
That's
Clemson,
right. He's
yeah.
the defensive tackle for Clemson. He's the 6th rated guy in the Heisman voting. So
Yeah, they've been putting him in at short yardage. He's actually running some touchdowns this year.
he must be really good, no question. Okay, let's keep going. Pittsburgh at Clemson. This is another one of those conference deals.
Clemson. Yeah, we got 10 games left in 9 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to do it too. Clemson,
I'll
Clemson.
take Clemson. They're only a 27-point favorite.
Only a 27-point favorite. Northwestern at Ohio State. Is that game played at Ohio State or at neutral field?
That'll be neutral.
This game will be in Indianapolis.
Okay, Indianapolis. I'll take Ohio State to win that game. How about y'all?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's this. High in the world at East.
I'll take Ohio State.
No. All right, this game was one of the storm damaged games where East Carolina was going to play at North Carolina State. They're just playing this game to get it in. Is that right?
I guess.
Yeah, it got delayed because of the hurricane.
So East Carolina will be playing at North Carolina State. I'll take North Carolina State.
Me too.
North Carolina State.
All right, in the MAC, and this could have bearing on Troy because the MAC team usually goes to the
Bowl.
Yeah, to the bowl in Mobile. Buffalo versus Northern Illinois.
Buffalo's a 3.5-point favorite, and they play at Ford Field.
In fact, they were 10-2 overall, and Northern Illinois was 7-5 overall.
Correct.
And so neutral field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Buffalo.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
Now, who's the coach at Buffalo that we're supposed to know?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know who the coach is this year, but I've watched him a couple times. They got a quarterback 6'7" that can just throw it. It's got a cannon.
Okay.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
Steve's using, Jim's losing his computer over here. That's a mark against him, Mike. How many points off? How many points off is that he is using his computer to figure the game?
I already took Buffalo. Mike, would you take Buffalo?
Take Buffalo. Yeah. Okay. Now here's another one that I think is not a.
This has to be a makeup.
Makeup is Marshall.
Yeah, this one and the next one.
Virginia Tech. Marshall at.
No, this game, it's not going to happen. It's off the board.
It is.
Yeah, what happened was this Virginia Tech. Well, wait a minute. Maybe this game will be played. There's no line on it there. Oh, and now there is a line. It's a 3.5. Yeah, this game was canceled because of the hurricane. Virginia Tech did beat Virginia, so that actually, if Virginia Tech wins, they will go to a bowl. So that's why they're playing this game. So
and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to throw out the door if you don't play in this game.
Yeah. Well, Marshall's already eligible for a bowl.
Correct. They're 8-3.
Yeah, I forgot. That was a pretty good game, Virginia Tech.
Okay, and Marshall's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Virginia Tech.
I'm going to take Virginia Tech. Where's this game played? At Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like Virginia Tech, Michael?
Yeah.
Now, somebody told me...
Get to a bowl game.
Yeah. Somebody told me that Akron beat...
Northwestern, they did.
Northwestern in the regular season. Is that right?
That's correct. And
Akron's
won 3 games.
Akron coached by your favorite coach.
They're 4-7.
Terry Bowden is the coach at Akron. They're playing at South Carolina.
South Carolina 6-5.
This is a makeup game because of Akron was supposed to play Nebraska. That game got canceled due to lightning, and then South Carolina was supposed to play some other team, and it couldn't get it rescheduled, so they ended up adding Akron. So this is South Carolina.
Well, that's going to help Akron out.
A chance to get to 7-5.
That's like Akron's going to a bowl game. South Carolina was impressive to me in that game this past weekend.
Well, I mean, Bentley threw for 500 yards.
Yeah, he's a kid out of Opelika. He's quite a player. You're right.
What's the deal with Stanford and Cal? Why are they playing on championship weekend?
Because of the fires.
That's right. Okay.
All right, now, Mike, did Cal win last week? Or did they even play?
I have to look and see.
Or did they play?
Hang on. November 24th.
Cal
they beat
7-4.
Colorado 33-21.
All right, beat Colorado. Okay. Cal's got a good team. And Stanford, how about Stanford?
Stanford 7-4 and Cal 7-4.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Stanford.
Yeah, I'll take Stanford.
They're playing where, though?
At Cal.
I'm going to take Cal.
Well, you know they're right next to each other. We've been out there before.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But, yeah, you're right. One of the more liberal places in the world, I think. All right, here's a big one. Let's go to UCF and Memphis first. What is this?
This is a huge game. Mackenzie Melton, of course, had a horrible knee injury out for the year, the Central Florida's quarterback. And then,
oh, yeah.
Of course, they got a 24-game winning streak. Memphis and Mike Norville, another coach, that's probably going to land a big-time job. I'm still going to go with UCF, though. I think they'll find a way to
Where is this game played? Very important. It's a conference championship game, isn't it?
I want to say they're at home of the top team in the conference. I want to say this will be in Orlando.
All right. You know what?
Spectrum Stadium in Orlando.
I'm fixing to pull it off. I'm taking Memphis in a giant upset. I think UCF goes down.
UCF beat them.
Line's only 3.5.
How bad they beat them?
UCF beat them 31-30 on October the 13th.
31-30 on back in October, Mike. Big win, big game here for Memphis.
I took UCF.
All right. Alabama versus Georgia.
Wait, who did everybody else take?
I took UCF.
I took Memphis.
Memphis?
Yeah. The tiebreaker is Alabama and Georgia. Who do you like, Jim
you like
Jackson?
The score there.
And what is your score?
I like Alabama in this game. I think it'll be close for a half. Wouldn't surprise me if Georgia didn't lead at some point in time in the first half. But I think it'll be probably not to the extent, but kind of like the Auburn game. I think Alabama will pull away from them in the second half. I like it probably, let's say 42-20.
All right, I like Alabama 38-35 in a slugfest.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with that. I think it's going to be a really close game, and I wouldn't be surprised if, more points to score than the national championship game. I'm going to go Alabama winning a squeaker 31-28.
Now, what would you do?
So he's putting pressure on our kicking.
All right,
game.
what would you do if you were
Alabama wins with a 20-yard field goal.
All right, 20-yard field goal.
That's how close you need to be.
I want to remind
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, 7 of 7 last week, and every extra point got big
38-35.
cheers.
I'm 38-35.
I'll tell you what, man, the only thing that scares me about Georgia is that Swift guy, man. Out of the backfield, not only running, but catching. That guy is a really great player.
Yep. He, he's a lot like Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
That
was a great catch
versatile.
Jacobs made in Alabama. He was turned this way and then turned that way. That's what receivers do. He's running back.
The ball was in there along. The good catch was Ruggs in the back of the end
It's
zone.
easy to catch it when it's a perfect pass.
Yeah, no question about
Falls
it.
in your bread
I
basket.
want to remind you to be at the basketball game. Troy, 7 o'clock tip tonight against Austin P. A very good basketball game right here in Troy. We've got it right here in Troy. Division 1A basketball, Jim, and it just doesn't get any better than this for Troy. So that game starts at 7. The girls start at 5:30, I believe.
5, I think.
Or 5 o'clock against Alabama State. So it should be a great night for basketball right here in Troy, Alabama tonight. So hope that you'll be there. We need a big crowd, a big voice. This was fun, Jim.
It was. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it. Of course, Jim wins the regular season, so he gets steak for 2 at
B. Graves.
And now, next week, we start on the bowls. And we will have 2 segments of the bowls, and it should be a lot of fun talking about football right here on Today
We'll know where everybody's going come Sunday night.
No question about it.
Yeah, when we do the show next week, we'll have our bowl lineup.
And have a good day and go. Hey, Highland, Holman, Lou Byrne, man, what a battle. The Battle of Crenshaw County. Y'all need to fill it up, man, and enjoy a great game. See you tomorrow.